You absolutely have to let my underage teenager into your room party full of grown gay men. This didn't happen to me, but to a friend of mine, and the details will be written down as he told me the story. So long story short, my friend is a furry and at the time was attending Midwest Fur Fest. Now there are a ton of fun activities that attendees can partake in, and most of the panels and activities listed on the official program are totally appropriate for families and kids. That being said, like any other type of geeky convention, people will hold room parties in their hotel rooms or suites that are not part of the official program and are not the responsibility of the convention itself. Very often those room parties will either be gathering of friends or sometimes they will just be centered around certain social groups. For example, there are furies of color parties now and trans room parties, and sometimes, well, they will be parties of the more hot kind, you know what I mean. Sometimes, to attract a certain crowd, especially at the social group parties, they will advertise the room party on a board near the hotel lobby to advertise the party's room number for those who might be interested to attend. Anyway, those parties are obviously private functions and obviously the person who is paying for the suite room has a complete liberty of choosing who is allowed inside and who is not, especially if they are just gathering between friends. Fast forward to Saturday evening. This is generally the biggest evening on convention in terms of official events and room parties. My friend is hosting a room party for gay men in his suite. The attendees are all legal adults, the majority of them in their late 20s, early 30s. Nothing too risky is going on, but it's a bunch of gay men together in a room, so colorful discussions and a bit of flirting and groping is happening from times to times. I mean, duh. At some point early in the evening, they hear a knock at the door. Friend goes to the door and slightly opens it to see a kid no older than 15 or 16 standing outside the door. Friend, hi, can I help you? Kid, can I come in? Friend, no, this is a private party. It's not a part of the convention, sorry. My friend then closes the door and returns to entertaining his guests. About 15 minutes later, another knock at the door. This time, my friend's roommate goes to answer the door and finds the same kid standing there, and this time he has his father with him. Friend's roommate, yes? Entitled dad, yes, my son came here earlier and was refused to be let in. Roomie, well, yes, but... Entitled dad, is there a specific reason why my son can't attend this event? At this point my friend intervenes. Friend, sir, this is a room party. It's not part of the official program. Plus, your son is a minor, and everybody here is a grown man in their 30s. This would be extremely inappropriate. Entitled dad, don't give me that. We paid full price for an attendance pass. I expect my son to be able to enjoy this convention to its fullest. Friend, but that's what I'm telling you. This is not covered by the convention ticket. This has nothing to do with Entitled dad. But this party was advertised downstairs in the lobby. Friend, the board downstairs will advertise a lot of private room parties. It's a convention thing. People will organize gatherings amongst friends and social groups because they are all gathered at the same spot for the weekend. That doesn't mean it has anything to do with the convention proper. Now please, can you leave? We've told you more than once that your son is not welcome here. My friend at this point hushes the entitled dad and his kid out and closes the door. At this point, everybody thinks the story is over, but entitled parents being petty, it isn't. At around 11:30 p.m, a much stronger knock is heard at the door. My friend goes to open the door and is met with hotel security and a Rosemont Police Department officer. Friend, what is going on? Hotel security, sir, we've got a report of illegal activity taking place in this room. We'd just like to do a quick checkup. My friend is flabbergasted but lets the cop and security personnel in. Of course, they find absolutely nothing weird going on. Friend, can I at least know what this was about? This is very distressing. Hotel security, a man came to us earlier and said that your party guests were doing drugs and committing acts of gross indecency by being sexually inappropriate where other people could see them. My friend then realizes it was more than likely entitled dad and tells hotel security about how that entitled dad tried to force the party attendees to let his minor son attend a room party full of grown adult males and how they had told them to leave repeatedly. Hotel security apologizes and my friend got a partial refund on his room to make up for the intrusions, and no more problems happened from then on. He doesn't know if anything happened to the man and his kid. What a flip kind of parent tries to leave their underage kid in a room full of homo strangers? You only have one kid. I have 3. Let me cut you in the line for the plane. I don't care if you miss it. So this mom with a teen, a kid and a baby in the line for the luggage checking started telling everyone to let her cut in line because I have 3 children to take care of. Why can't you make it easy for the hustling mother? She then got to where me and my mom were and started yelling at us to let her cut in line. We didn't let her cause we were already late. My mom told her, I understand that you have 3 kids and whatnot, but we've been standing in line just as long as you, if not longer, and we are about to miss the plane, so stop it. The entitled mom then proceeds to shout at my mom for about 5 minutes straight, as my mom shut her up in the middle. We just shrugged it off and kept going. Our flight was delayed, so we had some time. A little while later, I found a passport on the floor which looked like it belonged to entitled mom. Her name was then called on the PA, telling her to urgently board her flight because it was about to take off. She missed her flight. I simply put her passport in lost and found. And that's how karma hits you back. People just throwing trash on the floor, it's shameful. I'll just throw this away. Nice. Entitled mom tells me to get out of my barn. I've tried posting this before and it said I didn't have enough karma, so here goes, maybe it'll work this time. This isn't really much of an entitled parent, but more of an entitled pet parent, which I've found to be almost worse than regular entitled parents. So I have a barn and there is plenty of space, so some people board their horses at my barn. Anyway, I was out there one day with my horse and wanted to ride in the indoor arena because it was super hot out and the dusty outdoor arena didn't sound very pleasant at the time. Besides, there were already some people riding outside. I went in the barn to take up my horse and all was going well until I got my saddle out and started to cinch it up. One of the boarders approached me. Cast. Me, go figure. EMP, entitled pet mom. NB, nice border. Entitled pet mom. Can you please take your horse outside? My horse is relaxing right now and he doesn't like other horses. Me. What do you mean? I look up and see her horse is loose in the arena rolling around in the dirt and whatnot, honestly just being a horse. Well, I rode him earlier and he needs to relax. Ma'am, on the rule board it says horses can't be loose in the barn when there's other riders in the area. There's a round pen for that. We usually use the round pen for warming horses up and training foals, but it's way too small to ride, in which is why we let people let their horses loose in there. But it's so hot outside and my poor baby can't handle that. Besides, everyone else is riding outside. Well, I don't allow horses to be loose in the indoor arena, so I would like you to either put your horse away or move it to the round pet. I don't make exceptions. Absolutely not. It's 19 degrees outside and my baby can't handle that. Miss, it's just as hot in here as it's out there in the shade. Please move your horse. I would like to ride my horse in my barn that I own. Why can't you ride it outside? Me, in the same whiny tone as her. It's 90 degrees out, my poor baby can't handle that. In a normal tone. It's my barn and I would like to ride here while following the rules, so please, if you don't move your horse, I'm going to have to do it for you. I honestly don't know what set her off, but she got all frustrated and started ripping the tack off my horse. I paid to ride here, I can do what I want with my baby. Me, getting pretty frustrated at this point. Ma'am, please don't do that, this truck is expensive. Not unless you let my horse relax in here where it's cool. I love horses as much as anybody, but it's just a horse and they don't care if they are inside or outside. Now please move your horse. No, it's too hot out there, it's abuse. It's abuse, it's too hot, you have to take your horse outside now. I paid to be here and I can do what I want. At this point I'm really furious, so I re-tack my horse, tie her up out front, grab a halter and go in to take her horse out of the barn. She was super mad and tried to hit me, but there were other people in there who were just finished riding. Help, this lady is taking my horse. Nice border. She owns the place, she's not taking your horse. I could hear your barten from outside. They held her back while I moved her horse back to its stall. I handed her a new rules pamphlet and told her I expected her to have found a new barn by the end of the month. I honestly don't care I lost a client, she was a fool and I don't want that environment at my barn. Someone requested a horse tax, so here. Leave your feedback in comments, I read and answer all of the comments. And until the next time, stay awesome.